Now, before I begin today's cringe fest, and believe me, it is going to be exactly that. Yes, I've had my coffee, it's all kicked in, I've had a bath, I'm ready to go. Yeah, I've just admitted I have a bath. Yeah, I don't have a shower. I'm old school that way. But I told you that already. So, as a preface to this video, let's watch a quick snippet of the Eternals red carpet event last year. Remember, this is a film that nobody knew what it was about, and we all wanted to know, what is the story? Where are we going with the story? But the red carpet event, I want to single out this particular individual because not Gemma Chan, she's lovely, but she's not the world's greatest actress. I like her, but she's just not the greatest actress ever. But here we go.
Things for her to learn.
What I love about being a part of this universe is the diversity and the inclusion, and so people can recognize that people who look like you are out here, people who may be different sizes, who love differently, we all are inclusive. So it's really great to show that anybody can be a hero.
Now, I like Brian Tyree Henry. He's a good actor, but has he honestly ever read a Marvel comic back in the 70s or 80s, or even DC comics as well, for that matter? They are filled with diversity. Power Man and Iron Fist, Black Panther, which was inspired by Malcolm X. Then you had the X-Men, you had the Blob, didn't you? Professor X and his disability. So you see where I'm going with this, the Fantastic Four as well? You could even bring them into the diversity argument. It is so bizarre, but I see this all the time now, and Marvel are really guilty of it. Like, oh yeah, we made all these great films in phases 1 to 3, but now we want our actors to forget they existed, and it's just the message going forward. Like, I'm sat here, if I was sat here watching this red carpet event, I would want to know what the film is actually about. I didn't go and watch Eternals in the end. I just heard it's a tough watch. And of course, people who say that it's better than Zack Snyder's Justice League, you're out of your mind. Sorry, with all due respect, you're out of your mind.
What is this? What is this, fucking dragons? Are you out of your mind?
I know it was trying to be its Marvel version of Justice League, but I'm sorry, the Zack Snyder Justice League, the proper 4-hour cut, that's definitive as much as it gets. So I digress, folks. Now, you've seen the title of my video. And you can't get this video, by the way, unless you know where to look. And luckily, I've got friends in high and sometimes low places. So I've got myself a copy on my hard drive, so Amazon can't do a damn thing about it, which is hilarious. So here we have, folks, the unlisted version, but I've got a listed version because, I'm good that way. The Lord of the Rings Superfans Review, The Rings of Power, the official teaser trailer that we all saw on Super Bowl. And I'm not going to play all of this because, yeah, Amazon will just issue a copyright claim. But I'm just going to go through snippets, make some comments, and then we'll get on with our lives for now until, not even the 2nd of September, because we're going to get more cringe from this cringe fest from Amazon coming up soon. But here we go. This is the intro.
And then it was, it's Middle Earth, there's never peace, right? If Sauron is hot, I feel like people will be like, I can fix him.
Sauron is hot, but I think people can fix him. So already the disrespect for J.R.R. Tolkien and his work is being disseminated in front of our very eyes. FYI, I don't know who these schmoes are, although I found out who one of them is, and I'll get to that later on. But somebody take these people to the fashion police and get them all changed out of their horrible, horrendous outfits. It's like they're trying to be Middle Earth for the 21st century, but somehow it's not actually working. Do you see where I'm going with that?
Middle Earth had like a club.
Yo, this tune is banging!
Awestruck.
Middle Earth had a club. Wow. Yeah, so Chanel Williams, she's a TikToker with 2.5 million followers. So you can see that Amazon are desperate for people with influence who can spread the word across. But I think Amazon have a bit of a, how can we say, a bit of an uphill struggle, to say the least. Gravity's going against them instead of for them. So they've got a hard time. I'm not kidding.
Breathtaking. I literally didn't breathe. Exhilarating and...
No, I nearly didn't breathe, actually. I was actually choking myself during the reaction, but then somebody came and stopped me.
and intriguing.
I did notice that you weren't breathing.
Yeah,
I
that
was
was
gonna call first aid.
It was like,
Oh God, I honestly didn't know that was coming up. Wow, this guy's an actor. He's an Asian actor, but I'll get to that as well in a minute too.
I was trying, but every time I was like, okay, take a breath, something new would happen, and it was.
Literally like, and I was like, are you?
I wonder how much these schmoes got paid for doing this. Obviously, it's in a very it's a very well-lit studio. It's very heavily produced. I'm guessing they must have had minimal direction about what they should say. Like, oh, by the way, guys, shill for Amazon UK as hard as possible. And you're going to get your little tote bags with some unspecified, probably pre-owned goodies sent back by people like me who said, I didn't like your product. I want something else. I want a replacement. Just give me my money back. And that's what it is. I think that's what the tote bags are filled with. Pre-owned goods, which is hilarious.
Fall off your chair.
Oh,
Expansive because
Yeah.
we're getting this like whole new look into the second age on screen, and it's gonna be so amazing. I also want.
holy shit. Can somebody just shoot me now? Shoot me now, please! God, bloody hell. I've got to go out today as well.
And seeing how the rings of power are being forged.
Definitely more than 3 words.
It's the Rings of Power because, yes, you are going to see them forged, you idiot. It's called the Rings of Power. We're going to see them being forged. There was that teaser, the actual behind the scenes about how that was actually done. And it looked pretty okay. But the actual end result, it looked like they shot it in 8K, down-raised it to 4K, and it looks ridiculous.
City, we're introduced to the first female dwarf. Now, diversity, especially on screen as an actor, means a lot to me because growing up, I hardly had that, watching TV and watching a lot of films and stuff. Never.
Okay, so growing up, he hardly had any interaction with TV, so he never saw diversity on TV or film. What planet is this dude from? He's an Asian like me, and yet he's an actor, but apparently he never saw diversity in any form of the media whatsoever. Dude, I hate to break it to you, but I've seen plenty of diversity in my time. I have watched more TV and films, read more comic books than you have in my time. Now, if you want to go back to the 70s, there's diversity on TV there. What about Roots, the TV show? Does anybody talk about Roots anymore? No, I guess they don't. In the 80s, you had plenty of diverse entertainment. In the 90s, I would say actually in the mid-80s, you had the strong female characters like Sarah Connor and Ripley, but do we talk about them enough? No, I guess not. Probably because they're Caucasian. And then in the 90s and in the noughties, the noughties, if you looked at the American TV networks, you had Showtime when they were good. They had a show called Sleeper Cell with Michael Ealy going undercover as he's actually a Muslim FBI agent, but he was just going undercover to infiltrate a terrorist group. That's what I can remember. It was a pretty good show, actually. Pretty thought-provoking for the time. And then you got your CSI shows, which had a plethora of diversity in them anyway. Any of the Law and Order shows, diversity, you name it. Anything you saw on American TV that had to be representative anyway. So this whole stupid message about, oh, we've got to do better, we've got to plant more of this demographic into our entertainment, it's stupid. It was always being done anyway. It's just that a certain turn of events in the last couple of years have kind of made Hollywood just lose its mind. So I'm sorry, mate. I'm sure and actually, he's a British Asian, so why doesn't he extol the virtues of Goodness Gracious Me, or the Kumars, or Bend It Like Beckham? Why doesn't he talk about those movies which had great British Asian representation in them? And it was Asian representation from a British point of view that wasn't forced down your throat. It was like, oh yeah, let's just get these shows on. Grease Monkeys, which is now streaming on Amazon Prime. That's a hilarious show. But does anybody talk about that? No. So this guy, sadly, I think he was knocked on the head once too often. Sorry, mate, but I've just got to call you out on that one. He's stupid.
I saw people of my colour. So it's
People
exciting
my
to see
colour.
that,
God.
diversity is being explored in the Rings of Power.
Yeah, because it's written by J.R.R. Tolkien over 70 years ago. It was based on English mythology. It is not a reflective piece of what society is today. It's about what Amazon have done here with those two idiots, the acolytes from Jar Jar Abrams' bad reboots. They're just realigning it for today's ideology. Nobody's asking for that. I honestly think if we had a, I don't know, if we had a look, if it was shot differently, if it looked like Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, which it can't be. I mean, this series is not connected to that because Amazon have limited rights to what they can and cannot do. Oh, I don't know. Would we still like it? I know I'd probably be a bit more curious, but the way they, I mean, look, and I want to say this one more time, okay? That teaser trailer, 1 minute. It's not a trailer. It's a series of vignettes. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less. What's the story? Don't know. It's Galadriel as Joan of Arc, point 2. Oh God, it's just so utterly effing ridiculous.
I was still excited about being an elf or a hobbit and joining in with it, even though I wasn't represented, like even like my disability or my queerness wasn't represented.
Yeah, have you seen Children of a Lesser God with Marley Matlin and William Hurt back in 1986? Deaf representation? No. Okay. I guess not. Maybe someone should send you a copy around your way, then you can watch it.
Watching the trailer and trying to work.
Shows us this whole.
You can tell these people are shilling hard. I mean, this guy is simping really hard for the male characters. I'm not blighting his sexuality. Be who you want to be. That's fine by me. But honestly, if you're gonna represent your, oh, I can't say the word. I just can't say it. Jeez. But his facial expressions, dude, freeze frame yourself like I'm doing now. Just freeze frame yourself and just see how cringe you come across. It's terrible.
Kind of new look at Middle Earth.
Yeah.
Watching the trailer and trying to work out, right, where are we here? The location.
Yeah, and these two dudes that look like elk walking across. Oh my God. Thank you, Amazon. You're just as bad as Disney. You're just giving us the cringe, and I love it.
Full on.
Because we are so far in the past, and I'm so excited to just see this younger version of her, and there's so much.
We are so far in the past, but we want to see a younger version of Galadriel. No, because Kate Blanchett is the greatest Galadriel ever. Arwen, Liv Tyler, we love her. Eowyn, oh yeah, Eowyn.
I am no man.
By the way, I was really sad when Witch King died because when I watched this over 20 years ago, I saw this villain with the nice spikes coming out of his face. Of course, being a man with spiky hair, I would resonate towards that character. And I was sad that he sadly died at the hands of Eowyn. But when she says the iconic line, "But I'm no man," did anybody in the cinema I was sat in, which was by the way the Odeon in Leicester Square, did anybody groan? No, because back then, identity politics wasn't a big deal. It was about having a well-written, strong woman who was more than capable. And that's what we liked about the actress who played her. She was a strong, capable woman. She was feminine. Of course, Hollywood now wants to defeminize women. They do, don't they? Womanly traits, oh, we can't have that anymore. We can't have long, flowing, blonde, brunette, red hair. And she can't look beautiful anymore. We've got to make her look as really manly as possible. Make her a bit more of a dude. You know, we can't have women being women anymore. So I applaud this scene, and when I see it gives me an ounce of joy but tears at the same time because rip Witch King, I love you, dude. You're such a dude.
Two things, and so we get to see like the rings. Hopefully, we'll see the rings of power being forged.
At the front row, and it's the
All right, so this is the event they went to. What is this? Let's have a look. Oh my God. All right. Oh, there you go.
I just felt like a giant kid again.
Yeah.
Like, it's childhood me could see this moment.
I felt like a giant kid again. Yeah, when I went to see the Lord of the Rings films back in the early noughts, you know what I got out of watching all three of those year after year? That this was way better than the original Star Wars. I'm not saying the original Star Wars films are rubbish. Definitely not. I mean, yeah, where do you think my love for Carrie Fisher comes from? But just in the grand spectacle of things, Peter Jackson threw a lot more time and effort into it. Again, I'm not saying the Star Wars films didn't have time and effort into them, but if I'm comparing the Lord of the Rings OG trilogy to Star Wars, the OG trilogy, it's going to be Lord of the Rings all day, every day. And when I went to watch those films, when I left afterwards, that's when I became like a kid again, because I thought, oh my God, cinema can still give me that thing called magic. This cannot. It looks awful. That's why it's on your TV screens, folks. If they put this in the cinema, do you think people will line up for it? I don't think so.
It is
Oh,
crazy.
you made it to Middle Earth?
And like walking through the.
Oh
fire
no, they're
rings.
walking through a ring that's not really a ring on fire. Wow, look at that. I tell you what, this event looks as cheap as the actual trailer. And it looks like it was shot in either, no, that's either, it's not a real castle. It's obviously a studio-made castle. Oh my God, so ridiculous.
So cool. And the cocktails were very.
Oh my God, all right, he's wearing a, I'm trying to think of the British, Burberry. Yes, I think he's the only one with a bit of fashion sense there, but everybody else, guys, call the fashion police right now. Oh God. Right, so this is the demographic that Amazon wants to win over. So you got Chanel Williams in the middle there. You got our friend who really simps for Sauron on the left. Some dude with a baseball outfit on. Oh my God, he looks a bit nervous. Like, I don't blame him. Honestly, and yeah, look at your diverse audience. Mainly Caucasian, by the way. I can see a few people of color, but I can't see anybody else. That's very interesting. And it doesn't look that much packed, does it? I know they're lifting the regulations about distancing. Well, there's no social distancing here anyway. But yeah, no one's wearing a mask. How interesting. How irresponsible, Amazon UK.
Growing his own
I
story,
think
right?
we're going to find out more.
People are going to fall in love with him and be like, I can change him.
Fucking hell. I'm done. I don't. Let me just forward to the end. Oh my God. I want to thank the person who re-uploaded this trailer. Thank you very much. You know who you are in Italy. Oh, hang on a minute. What's he about to say? Uh-oh. He's doing the cheesy pointy finger thing.
Special thank you to my guests, the Fellowship of Influencers, Chanel, Joel, and Kelsey.
Oh, the Fellowship of Influencers. No, the community of influencers. How dare you use the word fellowship? So, I didn't even know the British Asian guy was interviewing them. I thought he was part of this quartet. I had no idea. Wow, that was a great job you did there, mate. Jeez.
Thank you for joining me. Let's do this together, right? Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power drops when?
September
2nd. Check out the teaser trailer. The link is below. Out on Prime Video when?
September 2nd.
No. Hopefully by the 2nd of September, there's going to be a brand new trailer for the second season of Reacher. That's what I'll be waiting for, so no. Oh, such the youth of today. So misguided. And by the way, I haven't seen this film yet, but I can't wait to watch it. You probably won't be able to make a film like this today because, oh no, it's too sensitive. People are going to get easily offended. Boy. Now, speaking of easily offended, let's take a look at this. So this is Amazon Prime UK. I'm obviously not going to play the trailer again. The Rings of Power. Look at the ratio. Holy hell. This was uploaded on Valentine's Day. So 22,000 likes, 46,000 dislikes. That's Amazon Prime UK. Let's just go to the main Amazon Prime account on YouTube. 98,000 likes, 99,000, including my dislike, down votes. Ouch. Wow. It speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. And by the way, look at that. They're still spamming the comment section with that J.R.R. Tolkien quote. I love it. It is fantastic. Wow, look at that. Evil is not capable of creating anything new. It can only distort and destroy what has been invented or made by the forces of good. Yep, give you my like. Cheesy Productions. Go back to the UK version. The same thing. Look at that. That's the top comment. Yeah. We're sending a message to you, Amazon. We are sending the message to you. We might not win now, but we could win later on, and I hope we bloody well do. I'm going to finally end this video with Stephen Colbert and Andy Samberg talking about their optimism for this Rings of Power TV show. Here's what, and Colbert, by the way, he knows his shit on the Lord of the Rings. I mean, no, I'm a fan, but this guy is like he's almost at scholarly levels. He really is. But listen to what he has to say.
But it's really going to be super exciting. I mean,
I know. I'm so excited.
Yeah. I mean, I hope they don't fuck it up.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what we won't do? Forgive them.
The thing with Stephen Colbert, okay, I think he's a pretty good interviewer, but how can I say this? You know how we feel about this series already? And yes, they haven't even dropped a proper trailer. I think Stephen Colbert, I think there are people in Hollywood who do think like we do, like Matthew Marsden, but there'll be other actors who don't want to call this stuff out because it's in their profession, it's in their bubble. So they might be less inclined to be that forthcoming. I would say that Stephen Colbert is in the entertainment bubble where actors are concerned as well. He's done a bit of acting before, funny enough, with Laura, I forgot her name now. The bird from Ozark. Well, you know who I'm talking about. I'm getting a brain fart moment this morning. But he's done some acting with her. And, he's pretty good, actually. So I would say that, it depends how his politics align, if he thinks like us, or he'll be a bit more diplomatic about it. So, folks, if you enjoy this rant today on the absolute crap, it's probably one of the... I've got to put it up there with Frosk and her outburst. I've really got to do that because... Oh, wow. All I've got to say for that quartet of youngsters, they just have no idea what they're doing. But what do I care? I'm just a guy in my man cave ranting and raving about the bad takes that entertainment continue to give us. Let them give it to us because we'll just go back to the old stuff and enjoy that more because you can't take that away from us. So folks, if you enjoyed today's video, you know the drill already. Hit the like button, smash that subscribe button, and if I were you, look out for me on my next video. On my next video. Nearly got there. It was almost perfect.
Hail to the king, baby. This is Duke Nukem. And you've been watching Jason King for Kung Fu Hot Dog Reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe. Because the king said so. You got that?